I did a video a couple of weeks ago on this windshield wiper motor that I installed on my lead screw. I have this attached to a variable speed controller, and I've been using it for the last couple of weeks and it works really good. I can slow it right down to a crawl or speed it up, and I put it on there just so I could work the lead screw independent of the gears that are in the headstock, because I wasn't able to go as slow as I wanted, but now I can. So my next project was to install a chip guard, or a bed chip guard I should say, to cover the ways so I didn't have to clean it off every time I used it. And also I wanted to install a lead screw cover for the same reason. I was getting sick of cleaning it off and re-oiling it after every use, getting the chips off. It was just getting to be a real pain in the neck. So I was either going to buy one or make one, but I came up with this idea, and I purchased a roller shade and cut it down. And initially I was using the fabric that came with the roller shade, and they said it was vinyl, but whatever it was made out of didn't last more than a week before it started to crack and rip. It was like a stiff material that was on there, and it didn't last very long. So I went out and I bought a piece of this PVC fabric from a fabric store, and it cost me $9 for a square yard. And this really seems to be working out pretty good. It's waterproof for one thing, and it can be easily wiped off, the oil, and it seems pretty durable, and it's been working out pretty good. And at first I just made it for this side, which worked out pretty good, but on the other side I was getting a little bit of debris on the lead screw, so I figured I'd make one for the back side, which I did. And this one I made differently. It's not a roller shade. I made my own spindle, and I used a tape measure spring on this side. I made the holder out of aluminum, and the whole thing attaches with magnets. It's a quick disconnect. When I want to clean it, I just pull this off. I got magnets on the back. Sticks right to the tailstock. And the other end, I have magnets on that sticks right to the saddle. And I could take that right off and put it on real quick when I have to clean it, or if I don't need it, or have other tasks that I can't do with that on there. This side is also a quick disconnect, although it's a little different. I have a bracket on this side. It just lifts up and pulls out from the chip guard. I got a hole in the chip guard. It just pokes through there and then goes into the saddle. And likewise on this side I have a magnetic holder that just goes right onto the saddle. And this works really good. As you can see, it goes the whole length of the bed, or right to the tailstock, and the other way. And it also serves as a lead screw cover. As you can see, it sticks out about 3 inches past the lead screw. And I don't get anything on this lead screw now. It covers the whole lead screw, front and back, and keeps it clean. So it serves as a way cover and a lead screw cover. And I got away with it pretty cheap. I think the lead screw cover from a place where they sell them would have cost me close to $80 for the steel telescoping lead screw cover. Or another option was, or a couple of options was they had these bellows covers, which look like a real pain in the neck. And I see a video where a guy used a telescoping umbrella cover that was really kind of neat the way he made it. But they were hard to find, the umbrellas, and I did find them. They're like $20 a piece. So that would have cost me $40. So this I made for half of that. It cost me less than $25 to make. And if I had to make them again without trial and error now, I could do it for cheaper. Square yard I bought of the fabric, I can actually get 4 or 5 pieces out of it. And that's cheap, $9 for the whole piece. And if I have to ever replace this, I won't get another window shade. I'll just make it the way I made this one. The way I made this one was I used a piece of wood for the spindle. I turned it down on the lathe, got this piece of aluminum and bent it. I got 7 1/4 inches between here. And I actually bent the aluminum first and measured the spindle afterwards so there wouldn't be any air. And I'm not going to pop this off right now because the spring comes out when I do that. You have to actually wind it and then put this on there to keep it in. This is a top from a spice bottle. And that keeps everything contained in there. And as you can see, it retracts really good, as well as this side does too. This is a different type spring in here, of course. It's the roller shade has got a spring that actually goes inside the spindle. And it works good. But I'll show you how it works with my windshield wiper motor. Turn it on. Roll it back. Engage. And speed it up. So now I can oil this and it stays clean and I don't have to oil it as often. I don't have to clean the bed at all because the chips don't get on the bed anymore, or the lead screw. So it saves me on oil, it saves me on time cleaning. Now I know this probably won't work for some people, but even if you're using a constant drip, it's just going to roll off the fabric anyway and go into your drip pan or whatever other kind of reservoir you're using, and it just can be wiped off afterwards. Let me put this in reverse. Yes, by the way, this is remote controlled. I can slow it down with the remote control. Yes, I'm pretty happy with this. It didn't cost me a lot of money, relatively easy to make and install, and it comes apart really quick. If some reason I don't have to use it, it just comes apart really quick. So that's that.